Questioner, you stated that the key to strengthening the will is concentration. Can you tell me the relative importance of the following aids to concentration? I have listed silence, temperature control, comfort of body, screening as a Faraday cage would screen electromagnetic radiation, visible light screening, and a constant smell such as the use of incense. In other words, an isolation type of situation. You mentioned that this was one of the functions of the pyramid. Ra, I am Ra. The analogies of body complex to mind and spirit complex activities have been discussed previously. You may consider all of these aforementioned aids as those helpful to the stimulation of that which in actuality aids concentration, that being the will of the entity. This free will may be focused at any object or goal.
Today's video is about the best form of meditation, and I want to highlight what Ross stated about all of these incenses or the sensory deprivation tanks or what have you. These are all supplemental to what truly matters, which is your own will to concentrate. And I think that's an important topic to bring up, is because we could litter our rooms with crystals and sensory images and this and that, but ultimately you're doing what you can to help yourself. And ultimately at the end of the day, as long as you can concentrate and have the will to be able to sustain that concentration throughout long durations of time, then you're set. You pretty much just need to start concentrating. It's as easy as that. Just start somewhere and begin building that muscle in your mind of being able to focus on either a topic, an idea, the breath, anything for a sustained period of time. And by doing so, that skill, that ability will be able to be translated throughout all walks of your life, whether that be concentrating on feelings of bliss in your meditations, or concentrating on work that needs to get done, or concentrating on time spent with others without having to whip out your phone and distract yourself. There are countless benefits to having this ability to concentrate, and I'll let Ra take over from here.
Questioner, I was really trying to get at whether it would be of great importance to construct a better place for our meditations. We have distractions here of the types which I mentioned, and I know that it is a function of our total free will as to whether we construct this or not. But I was trying to get at the principles behind and the relative importance of the Faraday cage. It would be quite a construction, and I was wondering if it would be of any real value? Ra, I am Ra. Without infringing upon free will, we feel it possible to state that the Faraday cage and the isolation tank are gadgets. The surrounding of self in a sylvan atmosphere, apart from distractions, in a place of working used for no other purpose, in which you and your associates agree to lay aside all goals but that of the meditative seeking of the infinite creator is, shall we say, not gadgetry but the making use of the creation of the Father in second density love, and in the love and support of other selves.
So let's finish off with some actionable steps to improve your will to concentrate. Alright, first, let's recognize that we concentrate all day, every day, to some degree. If you're driving, odds are that you're concentrating on the road. So give yourself a pat on the back and recognize that you have the ability to concentrate and you have the will to concentrate already, because in some circumstances, you absolutely need to. Your life is actually on the line for some situations that require your concentration. So can we take away that life or death scenario and just zero in on that will to concentrate, because you have it deep within already. So the goal is to bring that to the surface, and this is how. I present two ways. Number one is doing something that you naturally enjoy, and number two is doing something that is naturally uncomfortable, such as sitting in a meditative pose. And the further that I think about it, I would say that as opposed to something that we enjoy and something that is unnatural to us, I can further refine that into you're either limiting certain sensory details or you're shutting off as many as possible. So let's give an example of me walking in the woods. And when I'm doing this, I'm not listening to music or podcasts or videos or anything auditory beyond nature. And with this, I'm able to focus in more so on the visual components. I can admire new trees or new paths or what have you. Wherein, when I'm sitting in meditation with my eyes closed, perhaps I'm listening to some kind of frequency, but overall I'm trying to take away as many sensory details as possible. I'm not trying to feel things, I'm not trying to see anything beyond what I can see with my eyes closed. I'm not trying to listen to new sounds or voices or anything like that, and that is uncomfortable. But your focus has to go somewhere. You're either refining it onto certain sensory stimuli, or you're trying to cut off as many as possible and let it take the wheel and steer in whatever direction it wants to go. So you bring your will to concentrate up to the surface through practice. And you practice through two ways. The first is doing something that you enjoy. You can be walking, listening to your favorite sounds, or you can be walking with no sounds, looking at your favorite things in the world. Whatever it is, you're shutting off some sensory details and amplifying your focus onto others. And the other idea is focusing on something that is unnatural, as blocking as many sensory stimuli as possible and letting your awareness go in whatever direction it wants to go. And eventually, your awareness will tire out to the point where you're no longer letting your mind wander in any direction. And with this, you'll begin to concentrate on nothing beyond what's in your body. And with this, you'll feel your breath going in and out, and you'll feel sensations like itching, like burping, like tingling, etc. And that's a form of concentration. And by doing this, first within our own bodies, and then with limited sensory stimuli, and when it comes time to focus or to concentrate in times of a lot of chaos, then it'll be easy because you've put that time, effort, and energy in. So I'm still learning how to bring my will to concentrate up to the surface, and I enjoy diving deep into what has worked for me, and I would love to hear what has worked for you. So share your comments below, and I look forward to reading and learning from you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.